If you're wondering what the best small business bank account is, here's my honest answer. I use Mercury, and it's the first platform that actually felt like it was built for a business like mine. I run a production company and used to manage everything through a personal bank account at one of those giant national chains. It was a mess. Long waits, clunky interfaces, and staff who don't really understand what a digital business even is. Then I discovered Mercury through a startup I was working with, and I never looked back. It's clean, intuitive, and designed with modern small businesses in mind. If you want to try it out, use the link in the description. If you deposit $10,000 within the first 90 days, you'll get a $250 bonus. And yes, so will I. Here's how we break it down. 4 core features that make Mercury worth considering, and then a quick look at how it compares to the other guys. The first thing you'll notice when using Mercury is how refreshingly modern the entire experience feels. Let me show you the login process. The dashboard is where Mercury truly shines compared to traditional banks. Instead of being bombarded with upsells and offers and confusing menus, you get exactly what you need. Look at how clean this is. Your current balance is prominently displayed alongside a visual graph tracking your cash flow over time. I cannot overstate how helpful it is to instantly see if my business is trending up or down without downloading statements or opening Excel. The navigation is intuitive. Accounts, transactions, payments, and invoicing are all clearly laid out. All right, so you're logged in, you need to actually do something. Let's talk about the actual banking features that Mercury offers. Now, technically, Mercury isn't a bank, it's a fintech company that partners with FDIC-insured banks like Evolve and Choice Financial. That structure means your deposits are protected, and in fact, you can get coverage up to $5 million through their sweep network. But what really makes Mercury stand out is what isn't there. No monthly fees, no transaction fees, and no minimums to get started. Mercury gives you both a standard account, basically your business checking, and a treasury account that currently earns about 4.43% interest on your idle cash. That's significantly better than most traditional business accounts. You also get free ACH transfers, automated payment scheduling, and the ability to link external accounts for easy money movement. It's essentially everything you'd expect from a business bank, just without the nickel and diming. If you've made it through this entire section about banking features without falling asleep, congratulations. You get a gold star. What's the business equivalent of a gold star? A stamp? You get a stamp. Next, let's talk about your cards. Here is my Mercury physical debit card. Kind of neat, right? I like the design. Mine's a little dirty, but I've had it for a while. But honestly, I don't use it nearly as much as their virtual cards. In under a minute, I can create a completely new virtual credit card with specific spending limits. This is perfect for delegating purchases to team members without worrying about someone accidentally going overboard. For example, I create dedicated virtual cards for software subscriptions, advertising expenses, and contractor payments. Each one has its own spending limits and description, so I always know exactly what each card is for. What makes this truly useful is how easy it is to share these cards with your team. You get a secure link that you can send through email, Slack, or any messaging system. Your team member instantly has access to that specific card with its preset limits. This feature has saved me from countless headaches. I used to be terrified of giving anyone access to business expenses after a contractor once accidentally spent triple our agreed upon budget on a project. With Mercury's virtual cards, that kind of mistake is impossible. Once they hit the limit, card simply stops working. Mercury makes invoicing easy with simple templates and automation for recurring clients or subscriptions. Payments are tracked in real time and matched to invoices, which saves time compared to digging through bank records. One quirk: canceled invoices can't be fully deleted. They stay visible with a canceled tag. You may never even encounter that issue though. It's one of those, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed problems. Paying vendors through Mercury is quick. Just enter their info and Mercury handles the rest. Even mailing checks when needed. Reoccurring ACH payments are easy to set up, and integrations with QuickBooks, Xero, and others means your books update automatically. What used to take hours now takes minutes, thanks to automated syncing. In the interest of complete transparency, Mercury isn't perfect. There are some limitations worth noting before you make the switch. Full transparency, I've spent some time combing through things like Trustpilot and Reddit to get some of this negative feedback. I've never personally had an issue with anything outside of that minor invoicing issue, which I will stop bringing up soon, I promise. The most common complaint I've seen, slow check processing. If your clients pay by paper check, expect delays. Some users report waiting up to 2 weeks for checks to clear. That's just the reality of snail mail and bank timelines. Other issues I've seen pop up in forums, some international or non-US based businesses have had accounts unexpectedly frozen or closed. Mercury's strict compliance standards usually work in your favor, but they can backfire for businesses operating in less traditional spaces. There are also scattered reports of virtual cards being declined for no reason, even when funds are available. It's rare, but awkward if you're trying to make a business purchase on the spot. That said, if you scroll through Trustpilot, a lot of those complaints seem to stem from terms of use violations. So lastly, new businesses might face some initial soft limits, like lower transaction caps, until they've built up a consistent history. It's not permanent, but it's worth knowing up front. To provide some context, I researched several Mercury alternatives before making my decision. Novo, Relay, and Lily are all kind of similar solutions, all of the benefits of modern digital banking, some of the exact same drawbacks. For those still hesitant about full digital banking, local credit unions provide a good middle ground, more personalized services than big banks, with benefits like notary services and cashier's checks, though they typically lag behind in digital features. I considered testing all these options more thoroughly, but Mercury addressed all my needs so effectively that I didn't see the point of switching just for comparison's sake. The strongest endorsement I can give Mercury is that now I use it for both my production company and my personal consulting work. For someone who used to see business banking as a chore, that's a huge deal. The platform's clean interface and thorough features have completely changed how I feel about managing money. I finally feel in control, not buried in spreadsheets and outdated tools. Mercury is ideal for digital business, remote teams, international transactions, and anyone frustrated with old school banking fees or clunky platforms. It's probably not the best fit for businesses that rely heavily on cash or frequent check deposits, but for most modern small businesses, it's a game changer. If that sounds like you, check out the link in the description. There's a $250 bonus if you deposit $10,000 in your first 90 days. And if you've got questions, drop them in the comments. I'm no financial advisor, but I've learned a lot the hard way, and I'm happy to share.